Medical Electrodes can help your doctor find out what's going on with your health in a heartbeat. These little sensors detect electrical currents in the heart, brain, and other parts of the body, and they're wired to monitoring equipment that records it. They're inexpensive, disposable, and essential to healthcare. When the nurse says this won't hurt a bit, you can trust her if the test she's about to give you involves medical electrodes. These electrodes stick to the skin and probe beneath the surface without actually piercing it. They send information to monitoring equipment so specialists can assess it. These electrodes start with a roll of foam. The foam is coated with medical-grade adhesive and has a paper backing to keep the layers from sticking together. Machinery pulls the foam over a punch cutter, which makes small holes in it. Razors slit the paper, and equipment pulls it away from the foam to expose the adhesive. The process leaves strips of paper along the edge. The foam moves forward, sticky side up, as plastic elements and metal snaps cascade into a feeder system. They're queuing up to be installed in the holes punched in the foam earlier. Vacuum heads pick up the elements and insert them into those holes. The elements are coated with silver chloride, which makes them electrically conductive, so they'll help pick up electrical activity in the body. Next, pneumatic equipment press-fits the metal snaps onto the elements. These snaps are also electrically conductive. Down the line, a blade slices through gel that's sandwiched between two thin plastic liners. Machinery pulls those liners away from the gel. This gel is water-based and contains salt, which will seep into the skin to help establish electrical contact. Another blade cuts the gel into small rectangles, and they land on a thicker plastic liner. The gelled liner and foam with its elements and snaps come together, and the gels land directly on the elements. Rollers press everything together in a tight sandwich. Equipment pushes that sandwich forward into a cutting station. That's protective padding you see around the cutters. It protects the blades from the adhesive on the foam as they punch out electrode shapes. Blades now lightly perforate the plastic liner around the electrodes, while below, equipment pulls away the scrap. The perforations will allow the electrodes to be torn into individual units later, and it also makes it easier to fold up for packaging. Remember that paper left along the edge of the foam early on? It serves as pull tabs on some of the electrodes. The tab makes it easier to apply the electrode to the patient and then remove it. They package the electrodes in a special material made of plastic, aluminum, and paper. Hot metal plates melt and seal the material to form an airtight pouch. Finally, a long blade cuts the pouches into individual units. It has taken less than a minute to make this package of medical electrodes. They'll use many of them in just one test. With the gel side of the electrode pressed against the skin, they wire it to monitoring equipment. And within minutes, these electrodes can signal problems, and that could save a life. After the test, the electrodes will be discarded. Disposable and yet indispensable in the world of medicine.